All right, folks, we over here at school. We got some irrigation heads we're trying to repair. White's going to dig one up here. We got a little bit of time. We're going to try to get this one. You can see in there behind him, the grass is brown in there behind him. That's an indication, good indication that this thing's not working. So we thought we'd run pick some up and get this thing. But you can see right there what he's doing. He's working all the way around that head, and he's going to pull that sod up just like that right there, put it to the side, and he's got a bucket in here behind me, and he's going to dig down all the way to the bottom of that irrigation head, just real gingerly, I guess you'd say. And
because what you don't want to do is bust this pipe.
That's right. Yeah, we don't want to bust the pipe. We don't want to break the fitting off down at the bottom. And another thing, we don't want to get dirt in that new head. So he's going to kind of demonstrate here, replacing the head. And it, like I said, we don't do how to, YouTube, how to, you do, whatever we do. We just do it how we think we need to do it. And what he's doing right there is it's a probe, but instead of digging a bigger hole, he'll probe that, beat that dirt out all the way down to the bottom of that irrigation head right there. And he'll reach down in there and get it all cleaned out. He'll reach down there, twist that head off, twist the other one on, put it back in there, pack it around, everything will be good. Folks, I'm going to do a little voiceover right here on this. You can see right there, right in there behind White, kind of to the right there, that grass kind of a little discolored, a little brown. And these heads didn't just quit working this last week or the last couple of days, these two heads. I noticed them when I was mowing, I think the day before yesterday, and yesterday I was finishing up mowing and noticed it was a little bit dry. But what's happened, them things have probably been not rotating like they should. They've been spraying, but it just happened they didn't rotate. And up until this point, we've had enough rain to keep this grass pretty green. And it just got blistering hot last week with the temperatures up the way they were, anywhere from 94, 97, 100 degrees. I think it hit one day last week. Humidity is just unreal down here where we're at. But I just want to kind of explain that. This heads just didn't just quit working just all of a sudden. It's probably something that, was delayed from last year, maybe the end of the season, but we're getting into the dry season here in mid-North Carolina. And it's something we needed to take care of. But we used to have a company that used to take care of all this stuff, and I think they'd got bought out and had some management changing in management, and so we just do a lot of this stuff in-house over here at the school, and that's kind of where we're at on this. But hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a little bit different video than what we usually do, and I hope everybody's doing well. And just hang in here and sit back and watch and see what you think.
I think I'm gonna let it now.
All right, folks, I think White's got down there and got below that
Internal thread.
That fitting down there. He's kind of just cleaning the bottom of that thing off. You can go all the way around it, push it down, kind of push it up and around. And what he'll do, he'll grab a hold of that head and just twist it off. You ready? There you go. He's checking again, make sure that dirt won't get in that fitting. That's like that right there. A little bit of water come out. There you go.
It's close. I should have went down a little bit further.
A little bit more, but that's good right there. You can see that other is gonna go right on top of that.
See, guys, this is and these things wear out. I mean, there's no way around it. There's a shoot ton of pressure coming through them. It's the same exact one. The only difference is I don't think there's any difference. I think this is stainless steel as well.
It's the same head.
But sometimes they make plastic ones, sometimes they make stainless steel. About $10 difference. But see, I don't like the way that.
Just don't get no dirt in there. It's good. It'll go in there.
Never want to cross thread.
All right, you got your setting on 360.
It's on 360.
All right.
So we should be ready to
Should
go
be
on this
ready to
one.
roll on that one.
And then, folks, this is kind of,
Sit you back here.
this is the backfill process.
You can see the simple tools there. Got a little, I guess that's a probe. Got a little tamping handle there. What he's doing, he's putting that dirt back in that hole.
Kind of in layers.
Yep, kind of layering it up, tamping it as he goes.
There's an old wise tale about the moon and dirt. And if the moon ain't right, you'll either have enough dirt or not enough dirt.
You'll either have too much or not enough, depending on which way the moon goes. And
But that's old wise tale,
Yeah.
but I believe it.
yeah, we just don't
But
know.
tamping layers.
We just don't know which way the moon goes and which way it's supposed to go. And we used to put up fence. Me and my brother used to help a old timer. I call him old timer. I'm an old timer now, but back in the day, he would tell us. He said, "I said we're gonna put that fence up." He said the moon's not right. And we kept asking, "What's the moon got to do with it?" He said, "If you don't do it when the moon's right," he said, "you won't have enough dirt to backfill your hole." And I said, "That don't make no sense." I said, "You're digging a 10 inch hole, putting a 6-inch post in it. That post should
You should
displace
have left over.
that dirt. You should have enough. But if you'll ever pay attention, sometimes certain parts of the month, you backfill a plant, you put a plant in it, you will not have enough dirt to backfill that hole, and then sometimes you'll have a half a wheelbarrow too much."
It's just and it's just something to accept. Like I used to think, my old timer was crazy too.
Yeah,
But you dig enough holes, you put enough dirt in holes,
you see it.
you'll see it firsthand. I mean,
firsthand.
how you gonna argue something like that when you've done it all your life? So, call me crazy.
We widgeted a line over here the other day. Matter of fact, over across the street, we widgeted a line, and the guy said, "You see that? That's, I mean, well, it's going to show you what he's got. It almost looks like a pound cake,
Upside down.
upside down pound cakes,
Or like a gelatin.
gelatin bowl."
So you see that hole right there, and it's hard to see it from this side because the Bermuda's so thick, but
Yeah,
there is a hole
there's
there.
a hole right there.
But what you want to do,
He's
you
going
want
to
to
put that right back in there, just like that. Step down on it. Put a little bit of dirt under there, and all that stuff will fill in. Just like so.
see how this side looks pretty good. You take your foot, this is not moving, but this is. So you take your foot halfway on. See, no give. That means I'm flush right here. But right here, see how I sink? Needs a little bit of dirt, just a little bit. So just raise that corner up just a touch. Get a handful of dirt. Stuff it under there. Like I said, folks, some people would overlook that, but this is a field that kids play on weekly.
We
don't want turned ankles,
broke ankles.
broke ankles.
Twisting.
That's what you're after right there.
Yeah. By the time he takes these tools and put them on there, we could go down and turn the water on, turn it off, or we couldn't come back up here and find our spot. That's what we're after. And like I said, the guys that does this stuff all the time, this is just routine stuff for them. But
this is kind of something that we always dabbled in. We've never really advertised it, but we've always been around it.
we do whatever needs to be done. We don't try to put a label on anything that we do or don't do. But
the only label that we like is the label of we do stuff that people don't want to do.
all right, folks, we're down here at the controller box, down here in the dugout. What we got here, we got this thing on manual program, and we just run through the system to kind of test it. So what we got to do, we got it on station 1, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit the on button, and as the time comes up. But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna run back up, make sure it's on 360 degrees, make sure it's working like it's supposed to.
All right, folks, that's what we want right there. Let's see if I can get over here before I get wet. So what I'm doing right now, walking up, make sure it's going to do a whole 360 revolution. See, I've got it set on 360. The arrow indicates that. But these things can be finicky, so I'm just going to sit here and watch it. But that's what we want. You can't even really tell we've been there. Little spot around it, but it'll fill in. That Bermuda's really tough, but we want it to wet that sidewalk. That means it's rotating all the way around. We're just going to keep watching it, just to ensure that it's rotating a full 360. And me and Dad, I mean, we didn't really know we were going to do this. This was kind of a second thought today. We rode out here doing our rounds. He did mowing on the baseball field, and we came out, and he said, "Hey man, let's go troubleshoot those 2 heads." He said, "I know there's 2 heads out there that need to be fixed." I'm like, "Well, let's go do it. It can't be that hard." And anyways, we tried to go get a key at lunch to maybe rotate it and try that route. We had the wrong key, but anyways, we came back. Yeah, that doll baby's rotating a full 360. That's exactly what we want, because it's hitting all this grass, and you can see the discoloration. You can see what we're talking about. This is the only spot, and then the one that we just fixed on the other side of the field. It's common knowledge. Look at the rest of the field. It's green grass, green, 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 not green. So, I mean, that's pretty simple, basic math equation. A plus B equals C. And in this case, the A is the sprinkler head was not working, and the B was it was spraying water in one spot, and that equals that we've got yellow grass. So it's basic common knowledge or common sense, really, but you just got to really take your time and finesse it. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. It's Friday. Very excited about that. I don't know if this camera, what it looks like, but it's Friday and about 5 o'clock. So we're going to check out of here. Dad, you got anything to say?
no, just glad it's Friday.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Friday. Appreciate you folks watching.
Hey, and like always, folks, hit them buttons like my pop says. And this is Wyatt and Marlon with Triad Dirt Works. We appreciate you.